StreamYard account. It got wouldn't get anything. It just the subscription expired, so I have to wait till I think it's tomorrow, the 12th, and then I can stream. My shit reset so I can stream again. So I'm gonna be going on stream. I hate YouTube Live. It's fucking retarded. But I just want to talk about. Um, I'm not talking about shit. I'm just talking about whatever the fuck I feel like talking about. One thing I'm trying to realize and just see is like, well, I don't want to talk about that. I will speak on that. I don't know what the fuck I want to talk about. We'll see. You'll see. We'll see what I feel like speaking on. I'll see. But yeah, I just want to go live. I'm trying to go live every day, just to because I know so when I go live every day, I feel like it's more genuine. It's more real. Like I notice when I go live once every 3 weeks, once every 4 weeks, once every 2 weeks, I go live less. I get more views, but the reception and my audience is more fake. Like that's something I noticed from my channel. I can't speak for other content creators, but for my channel, when I go live less, the reception and the audience I have is more fake. When I go live every day, the audience and the reception is more real. So this is why I'm trying to go live a lot more. I'm trying not to have a lot of live streams spaced out in terms of time on my video on my channel because I don't want to attract authenticity. So that's one thing I'm starting to like because when it comes to social media, it's set up in a certain way. Like you gotta understand, like, social media is like controlled through algorithm. It's controlled through the things you do, the things you say. Even when you're speaking on YouTube and you're doing a live stream, when you're speaking and you're talking, I'm not saying this is right. I don't know. I could be wrong, but I feel like the more you're talking, the algorithm has a certain type of AI where it recognizes that you're talking, and it puts your shit in the algorithm for people to click to join. When you're like saying certain shit or you're not speaking or doing, it takes you out of the algorithm. So therefore people don't join or something. I don't know. I'm starting to see because I've tested certain shit and I've seen how things go. And it just this is why I say you gotta know what when you're on here, you just want to be your authentic self. You don't want to sit here and just be something you're not, like, really, unless you're just trying to use this to make money. And I wouldn't even advise anybody to use social media as a way to get rich or make money. That's the dumbest shit you can do. The best shit you can do is do something. Well, I'm not even gonna give you guys advice on what the fuck to do. Like most motherfuckers aren't gonna take the advice, and we're too late in the game for you to have common sense on what you need to do. Like it's 2025. We're about to be in 2026. The year's already over a half of a year gone. There's there's nothing there's nothing that I can tell you that you don't already know. To be honest, there's really nothing, and anything I can tell you that you don't know is not really that important at all. So this is why we gotta like start like realizing like I'm not. That's why I'm. This is my videos are the way they are right now. I'm not trying to sit here and just bullshit you niggas. Like we're not doing that no more. We're not doing that anymore. We gotta be real, and we don't gotta shit. But I'm trying to be real. Like I said, like I gotta use my words a certain way, just so not for any particular reason, but just so you guys, just so like I can get the message off I want to on my channel without any like misunderstandings. That's something I don't want is misunderstandings. So damn, my shit keeps running out of battery. As I can tell, time is speeding up because my shit be dying and running out of batteries. I just charged my fucking phone. Why is it dead? It's because the days are speeding up. So I hate going on YouTube Live. I don't know what the fuck it is. Every time I go on YouTube Live, like it just I don't know. I hate it. But I just want to go live right now. And that stupid bitch ass fucking. But yeah, that's why I'm gonna start going live a lot more frequently, just so I can put some authenticity on my page or on my channel. I'm trying to be more transparent. Well, I don't want to say transparent because I hate that word. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Nobody's ever going to be fully transparent. I will never be fully transparent with you guys. Uh, I'm not gonna show you guys what my fucking ass looks like. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna show you guys everything. So ain't no anybody say, "Oh, I'm transparent. My channel is real." Ain't nobody fucking transparent, nigga. You can't be transparent. If you're transparent, a lot of these that say that they will get demonetized. They wouldn't even have a page. Not even about that. Just why the fuck would you want to be 100% transparent to a bunch of fucking people you don't fucking know? Like I don't need to be like I don't have to fake and I don't have to be real to any fucking body. I just gotta be however the fuck I feel like being at the time. So I don't even want to say I'm being transparent. I'm trying to be more however the fuck I'm trying to be. That's what I want to say. So this is why I'm gonna start going live a lot more frequently. To build more authenticity to this channel, not to be transparent, to be more authentic, and even that word authentic. Like I said, like I hate this English language because any type of word you use, there's always a flaw within that word. You can say, "Oh, I'm being real, I'm being authentic," but what's real? If I go and I feel like fucking your mother in front of you, nigga, I'm being real when I say I'm gonna fuck your mother, but that's really not respectful, and you probably gonna get upset if I say that and do that action. So we can't always be real, depending on the individual and what you want. So this is why I don't like the English language because they have you saying and doing certain things that don't really make any like it sounds good, but it really when you dig to the root cause of it, it's really not good. Like, oh, I'm trying to be real, I'm trying to be authentic. But then if I'm authentic and I'm real and I want to fuck your mother, nigga, you gonna probably get upset and want to fight me. I don't need to tell you that. I don't need to say that, or I don't even need to do that shit. So this is why I say like I hate English language so much and it's like the way it is. So when I say certain words, don't take it with a grain of salt. Don't take it 100% because I'm using what I can use to engage with you guys the best way I can. So don't think when I say certain things, that's what 100% means. You guys gotta use your discretion and common sense. That's why I have my channel because I'm trying to teach you guys like even the word teach like that's all subjective. I could be teaching some knowledge and game, motherfucker be dumb and not even get anything. So I'm not teaching here. I'm just fucking talking. So I'm trying to like teach you guys like how to really like use your own mind and stop worrying about shit other than what you need to do and what you're trying to do and what's gonna benefit you. That's all that matters. Like somebody asked me in my live stream, why do people do the things they do? And I'm like, why the fuck do I care? People don't even know why they do the things they do. The government doesn't even know why they do the shit they do. Like social media has caused people to be mentally ill to the point where everybody, it doesn't matter who you are, content creator, government, it's caused them to be mentally ill. And shout out to Speak Your Mind. I'm gonna be reading your question in a minute. I'm just gonna get speak what I'm speaking. But a lot of like the shit that's going on, like nobody really knows what the fuck they're doing. Really, everybody just on crash out mode. Not everybody, but when you talk about governments and a lot of people on the internet, majority of people, including government, they're like they don't even know what they're doing. So how can you tell? How can you sit there and make the determination of why somebody is doing these things? Like some people say, why does the government want to charge money for rent? I don't know. The reason, the closest reason you can get to is because these are traumatized, depressed, sad individuals, and they have nothing better to do. You gotta understand, if you have trillions of dollars worth of resources, and you're worried about shadow banning a channel like mine, or you got other content creators that they're shadow banning and they're watching, it just shows you how sad and how miserable these motherfuckers are. They have no fucking life. They're miserable, and they know their time is coming. They know the only conclusion you can come to that makes sense is they know that their time is coming, and and it's not even just I'm talking divination. I'm talking out of my ass, and I'm just one of those charlatans that's saying, "Oh, the government's gonna get karma." If you go into the actual life of these individuals in government and the people who these feds who watch these channels and in their life, if you were to look at their life personally, they're going through it. They can lie, they can laugh, but when they go behind closed doors and they have to look in the mirror, They're going through it, and as a result of their mental illness, what they've caused for themselves. So just that alone, this is why I'm telling you, like, most everyone is going through it. This whole social media, what they created, like, this is why they have to shadow ban, they have to stalk people. Like, why should you waste your life spying on somebody, looking at what they do and looking at their channel? Why would you want to waste your time in your life doing that? Ask yourself. You have to be one sad, miserable individual. Even the puppets, like Mayweather, he's a puppet. He's not part of the government. He will never come on my channel and spy on me to see what I'm doing, because he's mentally in a better position than the people who write his check. So the handlers and the people that control the system and the Fed that write Mayweather's check, Mayweather is in a better mental space than him. Even if they P Diddy him, he's still in a better mental space. He will never come on my channel because he'll be like, why? He's not even, like, I don't need to go on his channel. He's not even somebody I will like negotiate with because he doesn't agree with what I agree with. Mayweather's about money. I fucking hate money. I don't like it unless I'm getting it in a means where I don't have to work for it. So Mayweather won't even talk to me, or I'm not agreeing with it. But yet you have people who are like not even in my sphere of reality still, or not even me, but people who are like other content creators. They have to shadow ban. They have to talk shit. They have to do all this other shit. So it shows you how miserable and how lost these individuals are. This is why I tell you guys, like, don't worry about anything. Like, just be yourself in this world. Like, be your fucking self. Don't feel like, oh, I gotta be this way. I gotta talk this way. I gotta be. Ain't no. There's no more. We're in a time right now where no more rules apply. All that shit you talking about, how back in the day, how, oh, I gotta be a famous person. I gotta talk like this. I gotta be professional. That shit is out the window. That shit don't even exist no more. You gotta understand, none of that shit exists anymore. None of that shit. It's free for all right now. Do whatever the fuck you feel like doing. Obviously, when I say that, I mean listen to your spirit. Do what's in alignment for you. But anything somebody tells you externally, get fuck them. They can't tell you. No stupid cracker in a fucking suit and tie can tell you how to live your life. If you're in a suit and tie, first of all, if you're wearing a tuxedo, a suit and tie, get the fuck away from me. I'm gonna if it was me, my fear of going to jail and damaging my spiritual growth, I will fucking chop your head off and torture you for 20,000 hours and fucking record it and sell film. I will literally do that. But since I don't want to do that, like, I'm not gonna do that. So if you're a person in a tuxedo and you're talking, get the fuck away from me. I don't like you. I will kill you. I will chop your head off. I will do a lot of negative, horrible stuff to you. I don't like anybody who wears a fucking suit and tie. I don't like anybody in politics. I don't like anyone who works in the government. I don't like anybody who has a PhD or who's part of the system. I despise you more than the most wretched, scummiest, dead animal on the planet. You're worse than that. You're worse than the shit that when I step on when I walk outside. I will eat shit under my shoe that I step on to then ever respect a politician or a government. I fucking despise you more than anything in this fucking. So let's just get that out of the way. So I forgot where I was going with this, but you guys get what I'm saying. Like, anybody who's on my channel, who is that type of energy, you have no business on my motherfucking channel. So this is why I tell you, these niggas is miserable. Why they're on my channel? Why are you on my motherfucking channel watching my shit? Anybody. You have a lot of content creators who they control, they talk shit, they block. I'm not trying to this. That's why that's part of the reason I make the content the way I make my content, to dissociate myself from any those type of people. So you have no business watching my page because I'm not in your algorithm based on how I talk. I'm trying to put you out of the algorithm. So when you make YouTube videos and you're trying to be authentic, you're trying to put people out of your algorithm, because when you're trying to be authentic, you're trying to push people out of your algorithm. You don't want people in your algorithm, because the more people in your algorithm, the more bullshit that they're gonna bring onto your page. This is why I don't have no trolls on my fucking page, because I put myself in a mental space where I don't attract trolls. Most of the people who attract trolls, who usually you're gonna attract trolls. Like, let's just say you're somebody who's like you have like 1 million subscribers or something. You're gonna attract trolls. You're a celebrity. You're gonna attract trolls. That's different. But if you're like somebody who's like you got low views and you're attracting a lot of trolls, that's not a good thing. They say, oh, when you have more haters, that's a good thing. In a way, when you're actually doing something positive and you're making a difference in the world. But when you're just somebody who's like regular, let's say a regular person, you work at McDonald's and you're having a lot of haters and trolls, that's not a good thing. That's because you feel some type of way about yourself, and those people can pick up on that energy. So now they want to troll you. So if you don't have nothing to troll and nothing to talk shit about, and people are trolling you, that's not a good thing. And I'm not saying, I don't want to say nothing to troll, but you're not in a position where people will want to troll you. Let's just say you have like a Lamborghini or whatever. People are gonna want to troll you. You'll have people who have Lamborghinis and will say, "Oh, you're gonna go broke. You're miserable. You're this." Or you'll have people say, "Oh, you're right there." I'm like, let's say I'm a birthday or somebody. You'll have people tell me like, "Oh, you need to eat." They'll always want to talk negative, and I'm like saying, "Yeah, I may need to eat, but maybe I need to eat once a month. Maybe I need to eat once a week." How many people can eat once a week? How many people can eat once a month? Not very many people. I can do that. So yeah, I'm not eating every day, but I can eat once a month. So now I don't have to spend as much money. I don't have to worry about certain things that you have to worry about, groceries and shit. I don't have kids, so damn near, I damn sure don't have to worry about groceries. So nobody looks at it. But yet, a troll and a hater, well, that's because you got something going. But if you're miserable or bum and you ain't shit, and you have trolls, that's because it's something that you're attracting these trolls. So like they pick up on this, like a fox will pick up on fear. They say animals can smell fear. So when like an animal comes, you gotta like act all, don't act too scared, don't be running and moving too much. Like trolls can, not even trolls, people in general can pick up on that shit. I'm gonna read some of these comments. What's good with it? Shout out to J Vest. Yeah, I used to journal. I'm just gonna be doing it a lot more. When I say journal, I'm talking about journaling like it, write down things you're trying to accomplish, write down your dreams, and write down things that happen to you in your life and in your dream. So, because your dream is your dream is like, look at your dream as like another aspect of your life. It's like you live in this world, you live in your dream world, but it's just different. When you die, you're gonna be going like, just like you're living your life right now. When you die, there's gonna be the afterlife. So just like you're living this life and you're doing things, and you're when you die, you're gonna be living another life for a certain period of time, and based upon what you do in that life, it's gonna eventually happen where you're gonna, it's gonna shape how you're born into another body. So because you're not gonna just, it's like you're not gonna just be, when you die you be born into another body. You gotta go into the dream world or into the other world, and then in that world it's different than this one though, because in this world, like right now, like I have the ability to control my mind. Like just like right now, if I want to go on a diet, I can go on a diet. If I want to stop smoking, I can stop smoking, because in this world you have more conscious awareness. But when you die and you go into that world, in the afterlife, what they call it, you don't really have the choice. You just have to live with your choices in this life. So let's just say you didn't. Let's just say you didn't. You were just probably a piece of shit person. When you die, it's like you're gonna be a piece of shit person, and you're gonna have to live that out until you reincarnate. So it's like, that's why you want to get it right now before you die, so you don't have to be stuck in that energy of who you like. Like when you're dreaming, you just do what you do. You don't actually really have control like you do in the real life. You have more control in the real life than your dream. In your dream, you're just experiencing things. In your real world, you have more control. Even though you are experiencing, you have more control. So think of it like that. So I don't know what's going with that, but like I said, you want to journal because you want to journal in your dream. Yeah, I know. You want to journal in your dream world, what you're dreaming of and what you're trying to accomplish, and in your real world, because there's two different worlds technically, if you really want to kind of look at it like that. So you want to journal and so you can be able to live the life you want to live and create the life you want to create. based on what you're, because when you dream and you write down when you're dreaming, you're gonna realize like a lot of things in your dream correlate to your real life. You gotta see how it correlates. And even if it's something negative, you'll know how to avoid it and make a decision where that negative thing doesn't happen. Like I had it before where like police had arrested me. Well, they didn't arrest me. Like they caught me doing something in the dream, and then I remember I got away from the police. Like I ran away, or I don't want to complain too much because let's just say I got away from the police. So because when you're dreaming, it's a different world. So it's not like I was running or I was getting away. It just I the police got me, and then I somehow I was in a position where the police were looking for me and they didn't catch me. And then something told me don't go back to the car, and then or they're gonna arrest you. And then I think I went back because I wanted to get something, and then I was arrested. And then fucking the police, or like the police were gonna take me to jail, and then I woke up because I was scared. Because I'm like, oh fuck, because when you get scared, you know you wake up from a nightmare. So this happened at the beginning of the year. Fast forward 3-4 weeks later from that dream, I remember the police came in talking about like, oh, somebody said, like I was in a library just chilling. The police came in saying, oh, somebody said you were doing this and that. And I wasn't even doing shit. Like it wasn't like I'm just like lying to them. I literally wasn't doing nothing. Like, this was a weird situation. I didn't do nothing, and even that's why they didn't arrest me. Nothing, but I was like, fuck. I got hella scared. I called my mom saying like, oh shit, I think I might go to jail, and just to tell her because I don't know, because I went out. I looked out the when I was in the library. He's like, were you doing this and that? And I was like, no, I wasn't. And I literally wasn't. I'm not gonna go too deep because I'm not gonna go in my personal life. I was like, I literally wasn't doing whatever they were saying I was doing. And then I looked at the window from the library. They're at my car because he's like, do you own this car? I didn't want to lie because I don't have nothing to lie about because I didn't do nothing. So I was like, yeah, this is my car. And then I had a warrant. So that's what I was scared, because I had a warrant that that it was from like a couple years ago that I didn't take care of. So I'm thinking like, fuck, I come back in and get me for that warrant because they can run my license plate. But I didn't want to lie to them because if I lied to them, they probably would have did it. Or it would have just been worse. So I was like, all right, let me just tell him. And I'm thinking I'm about to go to jail. Then he left, and I go outside and looking at my card, running my plates and everything. I guess that's when I called my mom saying like, oh, I might go to jail, and just to let you know if I don't pick up the phone and whatever. And then like after I called my mom, I called my home, this dude that I was talking to, and not talking to like a homosexual. I ain't gay, but like somebody I know that I'm cool with. And I was like, can you pick me up because I'm about to go out and take a flight? Because where I'm at right now, I was gonna leave California and take a flight. And I was like, fuck, I'm gonna have to just ditch the car, ditch all my belongings, and just fucking get out of here. I thought they were gonna wait for me at the vehicle until I leave the library and arrest me, because in my dream, like something told me don't go back to the car. And I went back and I was arrested. So I was like, I'm not going back to this car. So I called to my homie and I was like, hey, can you pick me up and take me to the airport? I'll pay you some money because I can't fucking be here. I was gonna ditch my car and everything. Then I waited like about 10, I called him and he's like, all right, I'll come in like 30 minutes. After like 10, 15 minutes, the police left. So then I left. But if I was about to go out because before I called my homie, I was going outside and I was walking. And I was gonna go, and then I seen it. If I would have went to that car, they probably would have been like, hey, can you let us search your car? And then they would have been like more questioning me. And then that's probably when they would have been able to arrest me, because I remember in my dream, my spirit told me, don't go back to the car. In the dream, like, don't go back to the car. And I remember I went back to the car, and then I was arrested, and then I went to jail. But in real life, this same shit happened. And then when I was like, I'm not going back to the car, and I didn't go back, and then I didn't get arrested. But if I would have went back to that car, I would have been arrested. So that's why, like I said, you guys gotta listen to your dream, because the dream be telling you everything. Like, I be getting messages in the dream. I remember I had a dream when somebody killed somebody. Like, what happened was, this was like a month ago. I had a dream that I drove one of my homies to a location to kill somebody. And I was supposed to drive him there, and he was supposed to kill the nigga. And I went there, I drove him there. He went in the house, and then I heard gunshots, and then my spirit was like, leave. And I was like, why? I have to go get him. He just killed somebody. He's like, leave. And then I left. And then in the dream, like the dude he was gonna kill ended up killing my homie. So I had to leave. And then the dude got arrested and shit. And then I woke up. The dude who killed my homie got, and it was a weird ass fucking dream. But the reason I told you this is because in the dream I had a certain body sensation, and when I had that body sensation, that's usually the spirit telling me, get the fuck up out of there or make this decision. So I was like, in my mind, I was like, should I leave? And then it told me in the dream, like, get the fuck up out of there. Through the body, it didn't tell me that in my voice. That gave me a body sensation in the dream, and that usually means get out of there. So I left because my homie was supposed to go and kill somebody, but I guess the dude ended up killing my homie. So that's why the spirit was telling me to leave and get out of there, because it went south. And then in the dream, I asked, it was like in the dream before I woke up, I was like, what happened? He's like, oh, the dude got killed because the dude wasn't supposed to be there or some shit. Like he was supposed to be sleeping or some shit, and we were supposed to kill him. But then when he went there, the dude I guess killed him because I heard gunshots in the dream, and I'm thinking my homie killed the dude. That was the plan. But the dude was awake, waiting for my homie to kill him, and that's when the spirit told me to leave. And I'm like, why am I gonna leave my homie? He just killed somebody, because I didn't know he did. So this is what I say. It's hella weird. And this was in the dream. This is on the dream. I see you, bro. You're about to journal in the mirror. No, I'm on YouTube. Cause StreamYard, I can't be on StreamYard right now because I have my shit expired. I'm not about to pay $300 just to stream on YouTube. They're out of their fucking mind. StreamYard is fucking retarded. Like, why would you have people pay $300? Like, cause it's an annual payment you have to, I guess, pay. And like, why can't they just break it down in a monthly payment? Like, why do I gotta pay the whole one payment up front? Why do I gotta pay the whole $300 up front? You fucking retarded. Like, at least break it down and let me pay monthly. Then I would probably do it. But I'm not paying $300 just to be able to stream all fucking for me to stream whenever I want to stream. It ain't that fucking serious. So I'm gonna have to wait till tomorrow, because I think the 12th of every month is when they reset my shit. He said, I'm excited to leave the military. Yeah, you need to get the fuck out of the military, man. That's something you really need to do. I don't like to tell people what to do, but what I would advise, because I wouldn't tell people what to do, but I will advise you. Yeah, I don't want. Yeah, and the reason I'm not just saying this because of what the military is having you do. I'm just saying for karmic purposes, because the military, the only reason for the military was to take over indigenous tribes of different nations around the world, or different ethnicities and countries. The military was never ever meant to protect and serve the people. The military was to take over natural lands from indigenous people across the world and pluck the resource from that land, therefore being able to get wealth to the families of these Masonic families. So like me, when I go to McDonald's, work at McDonald's, or on this side work at Best Buy, all the money I make, all the resources that I help Best Buy sell, that's from the land. And the people who created the military, these European people, they don't have shit. They don't got nothing. So it's like a big pyramid criminal organization. And the reason it doesn't seem like this is because what they've done over a course of centuries. So the military was solely created to be able to take over the land, disguise what they're doing as something positive, so therefore they can pluck the resources of the land and sell it, and create companies like Target, Walmart, Best Buy, and grocery stores and Hollywood, so they can sell their criminal activity to make tax money. That's all it is. So the military helps protect that from falling apart. You gotta understand that. So that's what you, when you're in the military, you're helping fund that shit. You're not protect. Cause think about it. They say, oh, you're protecting and serving. Protecting and serving from what? People say, oh, we're at war. We're at war with Iran. But if you look at it, like Iran president and Donald Trump, they're still in cahoots. The family of the dude who's a prime minister of Iran and Donald Trump's family is not fighting in the military. Nobody that's fighting in the military. Do you know anybody in the military that's in a Masonic family that's making billions and trillions of dollars every month because they're so fucking rich? You don't know anybody. Everybody in the military is broke as fuck. Probably came in the military for the same situations you did, trying to get away from a shitty situation that was created by the government, and you had no other choice. Because if you did have another choice, you wouldn't be in the fucking military. So you got to understand, like, that's, you're not protecting or serving anybody but these rich Masonic families. And I'm not saying like, at the end of the day, you still got some benefit from it. If it meant you having to leave your toxic ass family and be in a situation because you're homeless, whatever, I'm not saying don't do what you got to do, but don't think you're actually helping the country, because you're not. You're actually, so I'm saying, like, for your own spiritual sake, you don't want to have any of that karma on your soul or on your spirit contributing to this criminal organization activity. Like, if you were helping a human child sex trafficking ring, and even though you weren't raping children or kidnapping them, you were doing the paperwork to allow it to keep going. Like, every time a child gets kidnapped, there needs to be paperwork on the child's name and age and date. You're not kidnapping and raping the child, but you're documenting the age and the sex and the gender and how tall the child is, so you can put it on the black market so these other priests and pedophiles can see. You just doing that is karma, right? So you're not raping and doing all that crazy shit and kidnapping them, but you're still contributing. So that's what I'm saying. You don't want to have any of that energy on your spirit and your soul, because the military, it can do that. Why do you think you see a lot of these military vets with PTSD coming home wanting to kill themselves? And then there's this one military vet. He was serving in, like, Iraq war since when they came, since like 2003, whatever. It was like he was serving for years, and he's like, I'm so glad I made it home alive. I'm alive and I didn't get killed, and I feel blessed. He came home. He gets shot at a gas station. How do you make it through living in the Iraq war? Almost you're dodging IEDs and missiles and all this bullshit they put the infantrymen through, where they get shot at, and you survive all that, but you come home and you get shot at a gas station. Average person in America goes to a gas station, they don't get shot. The reason is because he had a lot of karma on him. So that's why I'm saying, like, you don't want to bring that shit on you. Because I'm not saying is that gonna happen to you, because a lot of people, but I'm saying, like, you don't want to bring that type of energy. That's why I'm not for the military at all. I don't like. I can see, like, if you need, because I would never tell somebody don't join it, because if somebody needs to pay rent, if somebody needs to pay bills, and they had no other choice, and they used to have a bed and a way somebody could help them and a foot in the door to live life, I would never judge somebody like that. But I wouldn't do that, and I would never judge somebody for doing that unless they doing it like unless they want to do it. Like, even though they don't need to do it, they just want to do it. That's why that's the reason I say, like, I would, because the military is a big, the whole country is a big, and the military is what backs up all the bullshit. Like, they won't even be able to do what they do if it wasn't for their military road. To be honest, yeah, we got a bum ass nigga in the chat. I'm gonna leave the troll. They can run their mouth. I'm just gonna remove their comment. Keep talking shit. I'm gonna ban them. Yeah, I don't know. But what the fuck, that's dumb. I didn't know it expires and they charge you to go live stream. Yeah, Dreamer, they charge you. You only get like 20 hours a month. If you go beyond that, you have to pay like $300. They're fucking retarded. Like, who the fuck's gonna pay $300? But at the same time, I blame them, because look, you got Kai Cenat, you got iShowSpeed, you got all these fucking bum ass, dumbass, retarded, dingy, dipshit YouTubers going live every day. Why wouldn't they charge? So you really can't hate on them and blame them, because if you got people like Kai Cenat, you got people like talking shit about P. Diddy and what the fuck Trump is fucking doing, all this useless, stupid shit. You got them using StreamYard to talk about it. Why wouldn't they charge? Those people, they obviously, if you have the time to talk about what fucking Donald Trump is doing, because there's nothing he's doing that's important to me, or you got shit talk, you got time to talk about what P Diddy's doing. Obviously, you have money to talk to shell over fucking StreamYard on and $300 a fucking year. So you really can't blame them. I would charge too. I'd probably charge more than 300. $300 is really not that much. You see all these influencers out here that are making all this money from YouTube, making a bag, and just from talking what the fuck P Diddy ate yesterday and what the fuck Donald Trump is doing to the economy, like he's doing anything, just dumb shit. So like, I'm surprised they're only charging 300. If I own StreamYard, I would be charging $1,000, and not just to charge $1,000 because I'm gonna get the money, but to charge it just so you'll have less people talking their stupid ass bullshit on shit that's not important. Because we have more people out here using StreamYard to talk about dumb shit than actually positive shit. So at that point, if you want to talk about dumb shit, nigga, you're gonna have to pay it back. That's how I see it. You're gonna have to pay it back. So if I own StreamYard, I'll probably be charging like $1,000 a year. And if you can't afford it, then you need to shut the fuck up about what you're talking about. Unless you can prove to me that you're talking about something that's gonna actually help people, then you'll get a discount. But if you're talking about P. Diddy, if you're talking about what Donald Trump's doing, if you're talking about anything the US government's doing, you're gonna have to pay $1,000 or more as a fee of, it's gonna call a bullshit fee. You have to pay more money because you're talking bullshit. So it's a bullshit fee. So when you talk about Donald Trump, you talk about the US government, if you talk about fucking the economy or layoffs or anything that's fucking retarded and doesn't mean shit, you're gonna have to be charged a bullshit fee. But if you're talking about something that's actually gonna benefit people, then you can be charged by the month, and we'll charge you like $100 a year, or not even that probably. Probably even be free. Like straight up. That's really how it should be. But we live in a backwards fucking world. It's not gonna be like that. There's a lot of people on YouTube that shouldn't be on YouTube. And then they got a problem with you trolling. Which one thing I do kind of respect is they're kind of stopping the people from, because you know how when you make a YouTube channel they block you from trolling, or when you're on Facebook they block you from trolling. It's so backwards. It doesn't make sense, and they're hypocritical because you can't even make a fake Facebook page because it's against the policy for account integrity. You don't have account integrity, so they don't think your account has integrity. So you can get banned for making a fake Facebook account, but then they don't have something called content integrity. Anytime a person is getting filmed, like all these fucking police body cam films of people being arrested, that needs to be labeled as trolling and content integrity. Why the fuck do you need to show me somebody else, whether you're a victim or you're a suspect? You shouldn't be showing me somebody getting arrested or somebody getting victimized. That's none of my fucking business. The only time somebody should be getting showed up as a suspect is if somebody they need to catch, they committed a murder, whatever, and leave it at that. That's it. As far as people trolling people, why are people talking about other people? All these videos about P. Diddy, like that shit was crazy. Why are people talking about P. Diddy? Like nobody knows shit what's going on other than what they're getting from the media. Nobody even gave a fuck about P. Diddy or listened to his music other than when they started talking about him. So all of a sudden everybody is a scholar when it comes to information about P. Diddy, his family life, and his personal life. But yet all of his personal and family life is coming from a source that's from the government and feds. But yet people can talk about it and troll it. So I don't know. It's just weird. That's why if P. Diddy, all the lawsuits against P. Diddy should be like leveled out. He shouldn't have a lawsuit, because if they're suing him for $10 million, all the money that he can sue people for, they should just be like, okay, let's just cancel out all the lawsuits, because this nigga P. Diddy can sue everybody on YouTube who has a content page. Because you already see, he didn't get charged for sex trafficking. He didn't charge for racketeering. Those were the main charges that were going to get him thrown in jail for life. He didn't get charged for that, right? He didn't. So anyone who said he's a sex trafficker and he's some type of some Epstein, fucking whatever the fuck that shit is, he's like some predator or whatever. They need to go to jail. Well, not even go to jail, but they need to be sued for defamation because you lied on that man's name. He's not going to jail for racketeering. He's not going to jail for trafficking. So if you said that he was doing those things, you have to get sued if you're a content creator. Why is there nobody talking about it? Then they want to say he's going to jail for transporting prostitution. So that means the bitch that the bitch that he went upside the head with on that video, that one Cassidy bitch, he slapped the fuck out that bitch on camera. She got pimp slapped. So he was a pimp and she was a fucking whore, and he pimp slapped her with his fucking fist. So that's isn't that like so I don't see I don't see how that is something where it's like people looking at it like, oh, he abused her. No, she was a fucking whore and he was a pimp. Because they charged him. I'm looking based on what they charged him. He charged him for prostitution. So she was a fucking whore. And he was the pimp. So he pimp slapped that bitch with his fucking fist. So I don't even see anything. I'm not saying that's right, but he did what a pimp does. She was out of line and he did it. So he's getting charged with it. So you see how they're trying to make it look like she was somebody, like, oh, she was just a fucking movie star, she was a musician, or she was just one of his clients. No, she was a fucking whore and she got fucking pimp slapped with his fist. That's what it was. If you want to say he slapped her, beat the fucking living shit out of her, okay, that's one thing. That isn't right. But don't forget the fact that she was a whore. If you're a fucking whore and you're a prostitute, you're gonna get your ass slapped by your pimp if you're out of line. So she should have known what she was getting into for being a whore. And you can't say I'm being disrespectful because didn't he go to jail for prostitution? So that means somebody for transporting prostitutes, that means he was transporting a prostitute. Unless you want to say the court's lying. Obviously the court, people want to act like the court and the justice system is so right. So I'm just going by what the court say. The court even says she's a prostitute because he got charged for prostitution. And then they got the video of him. So that's really the only thing they have is the video of him slapping her. That was a pimp slap. Because she was a fucking whore. So it's like, this is crazy, man. We live in a fucking, this shit is just weird. Hold on, I'm gonna take a fucking piss. I don't feel like going to the bathroom. He said, hey brother, what's up, Shy Chi? But everybody that fucking says shit about that nigga P. Diddy needs to go to jail. So why is it that YouTube is blocking off comments? Why would YouTube block off comments? Like there be comments I be leaving on people's pages. Like let's just say if I leave a comment on Jay Vast's page on his video and I use the word fuck, they're gonna probably block my comment and he'll be able to see somebody left a comment, but he won't be able to read the comment. And then they say it's because it's trolling and it's disrespectful. But then you be a content creator and make money off talking shit about other people. That doesn't make sense. That's weird. That's hella weird. Like I don't get it. They're kind of doing it because like it's kind of though because even with like Call of Duty and shit, they made it where you can't say racist shit on there no more. You can't even cuss. And people are acting like, oh, you can't cuss online. Remember, you used to be able to go on the chat and Xbox Live and cuss. They changed it where like you can't even cuss. So they changed it with that. But then you got people complaining that, oh, they're taking away freedom of speech. And I'm like, bitch, there's never been freedom of speech. And to be honest, it doesn't need to be freedom of speech. At the end of the day, if I went and I told you the PIN number of your credit card, you're gonna call the cops and say that your security has been compromised and I stole your PIN number. If I go and you have children and I say something sexually explicit to your children, you have every right to beat the fuck out of me and fight me and call the police for harassing your children. So there's no freedom of speech, motherfucker. Like, I don't know where the fuck freedom of speech and all that shit came from. It doesn't make any sense. There's certain things people just can't say. Don't act like there's everything is off bars. You know damn well if there's a toddler walking around and you say something sexually explicit, all hell is breaking loose. No one's gonna be even talking about no freedom of speech. That's what I'm saying. Like you gotta like understand. Like they use the English language and they use laws or regulations to try to make you think that, oh, we're doing this for you. But in reality, when you look at reality, you notice that's not how it goes. Look at reality. There's another example I'm gonna tell you guys. I fucking forgot it. It was a good example. Fuck. I probably remember. If I remember it, I'll tell you guys. But like, just gotta like, this shit is crazy. Shout out to two Heim Tony. Yeah. But hold on, guys. I'll be right back. Fuck.
All right, what's good, everyone?
But like I don't know. It's just so weird. I like they like this is why I say like it, they try to act like you can't be talking shit. Cause you know how many times I got banned off Instagram, Facebook for not saying nothing. But then when you see other content creators out here, nigga, that's something people need to start stepping on. It should be illegal to talk shit about anybody, to judge anybody. All these police body cam, all these fucking videos of people getting beat, jumped up. That shit should be illegal. Cause isn't that trolling? Isn't that bull and harassment? Like that's what I'm saying. It's crazy. It's crazy. And it's like this is why I take it like when you're on YouTube and Facebook, be careful what you're watching because the algorithm they set the algorithm up and like for example, I looked up there was a video and showed some guy counting $10,000. And I clicked the video and looked. And literally after I clicked that video, I see like 20 other videos on my feed about people with money. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? And I'm like, I will say I don't want to watch this content, but they will still show me the content. Like, you know how you can clean out your history? Like, if you're watching porn and you don't want your parents looking at you watching porn when you were young, you will clean out the history. Why don't they have an algorithm history? So, if you're showing me videos about women dancing naked and money and cars, I'd be able to clean out that history. Why can't I clean it? Why don't I have an algorithm history? Anything that's in your algorithm, you should be able to see. Like just like if I have if I win if I have if I'm looking at porn, I can go into my search history and see I was looking up porn. So if I'm looking up videos on social media, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, they should have an algorithm history, and within that algorithm history, I should be able to see what type of content is in my algorithm that social media platform is showing me. I should be able to delete that and reset my algorithm, or better yet, I should be able to type in what I want in my algorithm. If I want videos about healing, about health, about wellness, I should be able to type. Wouldn't that make sense? Why can't you do that? Actually, why can't you do that? Why can't I make my own algorithm? It's my account. I'm watching it. What's in my shit? I should be able to do that. This is why I say this is retarded. This is not right. I hate how they're doing that shit. Like, and then a lot of people watch. This is why you see a lot of mental illness in the society, because a lot of people, they watch it, so it creates people to be racist. It creates people to have anger. Even the government, they're the same way. Don't think I'm not talking about the government. The government, they're experiencing what I'm saying too, because on their whatever you watch on your social media creates mental illness for everyone, including the government. This is why they're my channels like mine, and people that you see that they're shadow banning and trolling, it triggers them. Why are you watching their content? They talk about doom scrolling. Doom scrolling is watching shit that you know is not good for you, and it irritates you because you feel like you gotta watch it. That's what pretty much what doom scrolling. People who watch shit they know that's no benefit to them. So for some reason they feel like they gotta watch it. The government does doom scrolling more than anyone. What the fuck is spying? What the fuck is shadow banning? Why? How do you even know who to shadow ban? You're watching shit that doesn't even apply to you, motherfucker. Stop watching shit that doesn't apply to you, stupid bitch. So they're the ones who actually experience it foremost on the first hand compared to anyone. This is why they on the same people's pages. You'll have people talking about shit that has nothing to do with the government. The government should only be watching dumb shit. Like people like fucking, I don't even want to name these people. Like just people that are retarded. Because those are their puppets. Whatever their puppets are, that you should be watching. Anybody else, the only reason you'll be watching them is because you're upset. They're triggered. They triggered you. So why is the government doom scrolling? They talk about doom scrolling. The government, remember I told you everything is a projection. So the whole term doom scrolling, that term comes from the government. You didn't create the word doom scrolling. Where do these words come from? Troll, doom scrolling, um, all these lingos that people use on social media. Viral, the whole concept of going viral. When something goes viral, that's because I would say 9 out of 10 times, maybe 10 out of 10 times, but at the minimum 99% of the time when something goes viral, that's because the government wants it to go viral. So when you have terms like doom scrolling, when you have terms like even worse like chakras and all these little spiritual lingos, that's the government pushing that shit out. This is why I tell you guys, get away from the English language. Obviously you speak English. When I say get away from the English language, don't take the English language seriously. When I say chakras, don't think, oh, chakra means the seventh chakra. Look at it like look at the energy behind it. Because before the word chakra was created, before the word doom scrolling or troll was created, there was an energy. Before the word troll was even in existence, for you to correlate that with somebody who's talking shit online, there's always been a nigga talking shit online. So look at the energy. There's always not even talking shit online, talking shit in real life. There's real life trolls. That's what they call a criminal. But when you say a troll, you're thinking, oh, you're a loser, you're dumb, you're this. But what's a real life troll? That's a criminal. But people don't look at it like troll, because a troll is look at somebody who you don't take serious. A criminal can do damage. So that's all a troll is. It's a real life criminal, somebody who creates havoc and. Cause if I went and I said the same shit that I say online that's disrespectful in real life, I'd be looked at as a criminal. If I went and did the same shit I did online, if I tell you guys like, oh, I steal from these stores, oh, he's just trolling, he's just talking. But then if I actually showed you what I do in real life, which I don't do, or even if I did do it, that would be. You see what I'm saying? It's what I'm saying. It's the same as child abuse. It's an internet criminal. But then you really can't. I wouldn't even like. You can't. It's a criminal, but they can't. It's a close thing to a real. Because if you're a criminal, they can arrest you. They can arrest you for being a troll. But in a way, they can. If you go in and make death threats, you can be trolling and saying death threats. They can arrest you for that. but they can't arrest you for other shit. So you're right, and I'm right. It is. You are a criminal. It is an internet. You are right. It is an internet criminal. Go and say like you want to kill somebody. Go and say you want to kill somebody. See how fast they arrest your ass. So all these words are just projection, and you gotta understand whoever created this word, that means they experienced it first. So if the government is creating these words called doom scrolling, they're creating words called what's another word? Trolling. They're creating these words called just whatever you see that's negative, like these words. That's what they experience firsthand, and they're trying to project that onto society because there's nothing anybody who's gonna create. If you're gonna create a term like doom scrolling, because you can't tell me the average person like me and you created that word. Who created doom scrolling? Obviously, somebody who's experiencing whatever the definition of that term is. So what is doom scrolling? Somebody who's miserable looking at content and that makes them depressed and angry and upset. The government does that first. When they watch their own internet, they see content like mine, they see other content, they see other people, even if it's people like, let's just say it's one of their puppets, like DJ Academics. DJ Academics, even though he's a puppet, he still has more. He has something that they don't have. I have something that they don't have. Everybody on social media, even their puppets, have something that the government doesn't have, and that makes them jealous. That makes them angry. It upsets them. They can't help but to doom scroll and keep watching. This is where shadow banning comes into place. Shadow banning. Where does that come from? I didn't create that word. You didn't create that word. We don't have the power to shadow ban no one. So why the fuck would we create the term shadow ban if we don't even have the power to shadow ban anyone or ban anyone other than from our page? So that comes from the government. That means they're the ones doing the shadow banning. They're the ones doom scrolling. They're the ones trolling. It's all a projection from them. And I'm not saying other people don't do it, but no, the government does it the hardest because they created the whole term. They doing it the hardest. They're the most miserable fucks. They can't help but watch people like me. They can't help but watch people like Dolo and all these other content creators and have to troll them. They can't. They can't help because it triggers them. And so they create content like doom scroll. And then they have to create other content to make you feel like you need to doom scroll, to make you feel like you need to troll. But even as much as you troll and you doom scroll, is never as bad as the government. Because what the government is doing, they're doing it to the point where it's actually affecting them at a 10 million times higher rate. Because they're actually doing shit. They're passing laws. They're actually creating different uncomfortable situations as a result of their emotion. They're crashing out. So always keep that in mind. Shout out to my nigga Mysterio. We always keep that in mind, though. I was gonna say I was gonna let somebody in the room, but I think I can still let people in the room. I don't know how to do it because I know you can let people in the room when you're whatever. I'm not gonna figure it out right now. I know you can do it when you're on YouTube. You can I've seen other content creators be on YouTube live and let people in the room, but I'm not gonna deal with that shit right now. But anyways, guys, yeah. But I want to keep. I don't want to be like. I'm not trying to make you guys feel like this shit is like just is so negative. Don't look at the world as negative. That's one thing you don't want to do because you could look at anything like it's negative. Anything can be looked at as negative. And like me, I'm a life path 3, so it's easy for me to be positive and not look at things so negative. So I don't want you guys to be looking at it as a negative. But this stuff needs to be heard. This stuff needs to be said and just for you to put aware and don't put too much emphasis in the English language. Like even when you use these English words, use it as a form to communicate. Don't use it as a form like it's whatever I say. Like there's certain things I may say, like, but I don't mean like I could like for example the word desire. I say get out of desires, but obviously we have desires. I have a desire to get out of as a desire. So as long as I have that desire, I have a desire. So for me to say get out of desires doesn't make sense because my desire to get out of desires is the desire. So I'm always gonna have a desire. So obviously it's that'd be a contradiction for me to actually say get out of desires. So see how the English language kind of fucks with you? This is what I said. Just use it for what it is. Don't be thinking that the English language is something that's so important. Like because the English language is a bastard language. It's not even a real language. Like it's a fake language, but even before that, they created Latin. Latin is a bastard, fake ass bullshit language. But then Latin was before English. English is bastard. Latin is bastard. English is even more bastard if you really think about it. Or like they're both bastard languages. But before English, like a lot of these English words come from Latin, and Latin is a retarded bastard language that shouldn't exist as well as English. So it just shows you how deep the rabbit hole that English, how full of shit English is. Because you have another bastard language called Latin that is like the meat that gives meaning and is like a like it's like a I don't know what the word like it's a preliminary to the English language like before English and all that other shit. It's like it's it's from Latin, but in Latin that language ain't shit itself. So you gotta understand how deep this shit goes. So don't even English language is nothing. Use it as a form of communication. Oh man, I have to crack my back. Fuck. I cracked my back and my neck. That shit felt hella good. But shout out to everyone. Yeah, what's good with it? Shout out to J Bass. Yeah, time is speeding up. It's crazy. But like I said, like I want you guys to start journaling. That's one thing I'm gonna be doing now. I'm gonna be journaling a lot more. I got my thing. And when I say journaling, I'm talking about journaling what you want to do and things that you're accomplishing in life. And that's it. It's not about journaling like talking about just useless shit. And like I said, the breatharianism. That's what I want to speak on. Journaling, like things that you want to do. Breatharianism is going great. I'm just doing my thing. I'm fasting a lot more than I ever was before. So ever since I'll probably say once we got into Gemini season, that's what really kicked into me. So last couple months I've been doing it and I've been building. I just got a 13-day fast. Right now, currently, well, I'm drinking like because when I do my fast, I'm drinking liquids, and because one thing I want to tell you guys is you gotta take it easy. When I say fast, don't think that oh you gotta get rid of food, water, and you can drink tea, certain teas. You can drink coffee if it's just no sugar, no other stuff. You can have salt water. You can maneuver with it and build your way up. Don't think when I say fasting, you got to get rid of everything. It's about maneuvering and working your way. Maybe if you want to do a 10-day fast, you do a 10-day fast. Maybe you drink some salt water. Maybe you drink some tea, some liquid to 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 get you to that 10 days, but you're still putting your body in a cleansing mode. Don't think it's no water, no food. Like that's intense fasting, which is very good, but that's not the only thing that's fast. Fasting is getting rid of physical solid food from in the look at fasting like that. There's different levels, there's fruitarian fasting, there's liquidarian. There's people I know personally in my family that had diabetes. They got off of their medicine and they're no longer diabetics from eating just fruitarian only diet. So This is them just eating watermelon every day, apples and oranges. They got rid of their diabetes, other shit. So there's different types of fast. Liquid fasting. There's fasting from um, even things that they even have to do with food. Me, when I don't really look at that as fast. I look at that as just you just fucking taking responsibility, nigga. Like if you're not watching porn, you can say that's fasting from porn, but that's just you just not indulging in that. Like that's just how I see it. Because the fasting, I consider is something you're getting rid of that's holding you back, and you not doing that no more. And you don't have to go knee deep. If you're fasting from food, maybe drink some coffee, some salt water if you need it. I'm not saying just go start a fast and just start drinking salt water and coffee. Go 3 days. And if you're feeling like you're kind of weak, you're feeling kind of hungry, drink some coffee, drink some tea, have some salt water to go longer. Breath work. That's another thing you want to implement into fasting. You can't do like for most of you guys, what's gonna help you like the trick and the hack to get to like long days of fasting like 20 days 10 days 15 days is breath work and some type of meditation like qigong or breath work. When I say I don't want to say meditation, I want to say breath work and qigong. The whole term meditation is subjective. Like a lot of people like meditation to them is just closing their fucking eyes and thinking about what they did and what they want to do. That's not meditation to me. That's just closing your eyes and thinking about what the fuck you did and want to do. That doesn't do it for me. But when I talk about real true meditation, I talk about qigong, breath work, like shit like that. Things that are actually building the energy channels. That's the stuff you want to do. That's gonna help you on your path to breatharianism. Like when I do my fast, I drink liquid. Sometimes if I feel like drinking salt water. Right now, where I'm at right now, I don't even need to drink salt water or any liquid really, other than water. And when I drink water, it's like one every. I usually do like once I'm like over 4 or 5 days into my fast. That's when I want to start drinking water. But before that, I don't even drink anything. I don't. I try to go as long as I can without drinking. And the more you do this fast, the more you start realizing how it's all a mental thing. Like when you say you're hungry, like you don't understand how many times I've said I'm hungry, and like let's just say I'm gonna fast for 20 days. On day three, I'll be hungry as fuck. But the moment I say I'm gonna end this fast tomorrow, I don't even get hungry no more. The hunger goes away. It's like my mind creates the hunger because it's like, oh, you have so many days to go. So this is why I tell you guys, just because you're hungry doesn't mean you're hungry. It's all a mental thing because there'll be days I'll be hungry as fuck. And I'll be thinking like, oh, it's because cause I'll be on like day 10 and I'm trying to go to day 40. And I may end it at day 15. But then when I end it, when I think I'm going to day 40, like the last one I did, I was trying to go to day 15. I went to day 13 and then I ended it. But then before I ended it, I was trying to go to 40. And I was like, damn, I want to eat this. I want to drink this. I want to consume this. But then the moment I made up in my mind, I'm going to end it tomorrow at day 13. I'm going to end tomorrow. I wasn't even hungry. And then in my mind, I still broke my fast because I was like, oh, I already said I was going to break it. And when I broke my fast, it didn't even feel good. I wasn't even like, I didn't feel quenched. I didn't feel my hunger was nourished or I just felt like, damn, I should have kept going. I didn't even need to eat that because my mind thought that I needed to eat. But once once I make the determination that I'm not going at least 30 or 40 days, that's when the hunger disappeared. But once in my mind, I was like, on 30, 40, the hunger was there. So that shows you the hunger isn't true. The hunger isn't real. It's all a mental game. It's a mind game. It's all of that's why I'm starting to realize when it comes to fasting, it's all that shit is mental. It's not real. Don't fall into it. Don't fall into it. It's all a mental game. The sooner you realize that, the more you'll be able to go longer and longer. So now, my next fast that I'm about to be going on tomorrow, actually, yeah, tomorrow night I'm about to be going on it. I'm not. I know that. So when it does come, you know, because one thing of this is not even just with fasting. This is with anything. When you have a solution even if it's a bullshit solution, once you have a solution and you tell your mind, your mind will rationalize how you don't need it. Like for example, if you're gonna like, there's certain things that I do, and I'm not. I don't. Let's just say like, let's just say I would talk. You want to go talk to some female, and you're scared to talk to the female. You're scared to do a particular task. One way you overcome that fear is be like, okay, I want to do A, B, and C, but I'm scared it's gonna go wrong. When you're scared A, B, and C is gonna go wrong, what you do is you create a solution if A, B, and C. So if A, B, and C go wrong, this is what I'm gonna do to remedy and fix A, B, and C going wrong. Once you create, it could be the most bullshit solution. It doesn't even have to work. But the fact that you think of it and you have it in your mind, it's gonna make the situation play out more smoother, even if it goes wrong. So let's just say you want to go and do A, B. I don't want to say. I'm trying to create an example. Let's just say you want to go and pick up a ball, but you're scared you won't have the strength to pick up a ball. Think about it like this. I'm gonna go pick up the ball, but I'm scared if I may not pick up the ball. But if I don't pick up the ball, I'm just gonna use the forklift. The fact that you thought of a solution to your problem, when you go pick up the ball, you're gonna have the strength to pick it up. Or even if you don't, it's not gonna be a problem. You'll have a solution. Not even if it doesn't even have to do with the forklift, but the fact that you put a solution means you already have a safe. You put your mind in a safe zone where I already create a solution to my problem. So if it goes wrong, I'm just gonna do the solution. So when you do the problem, you're not going to be thinking about being in that vulnerable space of not knowing what to do because you already have a solution. So just that alone is going to create the situation go more smoother in your favor, even if it doesn't go in your favor. So even if it goes wrong, it's still going to play out in a good way. So let's just say you're not able to pick it up. That's a problem, but somebody might be able to pick it up for you. But imagine you didn't have that solution. You'll be thinking, if I can't pick it up, I'm gonna be stuck in a vulnerable space and I won't know what to do. If you don't have a solution, then when you do pick it up and you can't, you're gonna be stuck in a vulnerable space because your mind is like anticipating for a problem to be there. But if you train your mind to anticipate a problem isn't gonna be there, then it's gonna not be a problem. Or even if it is a problem, it's not a big deal. So you see what I'm saying? Like always, that's why whatever problem or issue be fast and you want to do, always create a solution. You want to go and do, you want to go to say something to an individual and you wonder how they're gonna respond. To say what you gotta say, but think about it like if they respond negatively, I'm just gonna say this, and when I say this, it's gonna make me feel good. So you're creating a solution in your mind. So once you create that solution and you do whatever you're gonna do, have the confidence. Well, I got this in my back pocket. So you see what I'm saying? You have that back pocket. You got your gun. So it's like just like having a gun, you for protection. You go to a forest, you're scared to get eaten by wolves. If the wolves eat you, you know you got your gun. Look at that solution you made in your mind as like your weaponry in your arsenal. If it goes wrong, I just pull that out, and then everything's gonna go good. Just by thinking that and creating a solution is gonna make you like in a better position. So that's a tip that I would give you guys that you guys should do. You can use that with anything in life, anything, and it works. Like I'm telling you, that shit works. Just go and try for yourself. It works. But I'm probably gonna end this live stream, guys. I don't got nothing else to really speak on in this live stream. I know I'm getting a lot less views on my videos on my live streams. I noticed that. I think it's because I'm being more real and authentic, and I'm not being fake. And people don't like that. I don't give a fuck. I'm still making live streams. Because the funny thing about my live stream is my live streams get less views, but my views get like the same amount as my live streams that got more views, kind of, if you really look at it. So I don't know if I think they're playing with my numbers. Yeah, it's fucking hilarious. Just know, like, if you're watching my channel and you want me to be fake or you want me to talk a certain way, you can kiss my fucking ass. I'm not appeasing you. This channel isn't for you. You can leave my channel. I'm trying to be real, get real views. Like, I don't give a fuck about any of that shit. But I see it. I'm just calling it out because I see it. And it's funny how, like, I see, like, how the views go down. It's not, I don't want to say it's about what you say. It's not about what you say. It's about how you feel. Because you could be saying some bullshit, but feel a certain way where you attract fake energy. Like me, I genuinely don't give a fuck about certain things that I actually did give a fuck about, that I lied to myself that I didn't give a fuck about. I genuinely don't give a fuck about that shit. And I noticed that, like, certain things playing out in my real and personal, my online and in my personal life. So, like I said, I'm trying to be authentic as possible. And if you don't like it, you can just get the fuck off my page. I'm not trying to appease you. First of all, ain't nobody paying me money. Ain't nobody paying my bills. I'm not getting monetized, so I really don't give a fuck about any of this shit. I'm like, so this doesn't mean shit for me. None of that shit means shit for me. I'm not one of these niggas out here who, like, I'm trying to make it on YouTube. I got other means of income. And most of the people who are monetized, like, over like 50% of people that are monetized aren't even making no real money. They're not even making like $1,000 a month, which ain't even shit. They're not even making that on YouTube. Like, most people aren't even making that on YouTube. Most people are making like peanuts, chump change. Like, you can do other things in life and get that amount of money and more. Like, so it's like, if you're not, there's no point. And if you are making it back on YouTube, shout out to my nigga Free Diddy, the dude who commented on my last live stream. He comments on my live stream a lot, but he was making. I remember he messaged me. He was on my live stream. He said he has a YouTube channel. He's making $10,000 a month. His channel was popping. He was getting a lot of views, but they took his channel down because probably says the wrong thing, did something. He wasn't playing by the YouTube politics, and you see how quick his channel went down. So this is why I say, like, you can't really rely on sources. You can't rely on anything but yourself. You really can't. And whatever situation you got going on, I don't care how good it is. I don't even care if it's your own business. You have to always develop that happiness and that content within. This is why I teach you guys minimalism, breatharianism. One of the reasons I teach you guys this thing is because with this, it gives you the energy within to be able to be more resilient, to not be affected and shaken by things that don't fucking matter. Because a lot of these people that you guys see that are like financial gurus, if the government were to say, I'm not taking US fiat currency, I'm not taking dollars, you have to come up with something else. And in order to get that something else, you have to do something that has nothing to do with your business or working at a 9 to 5. These people will go mad. They'll go crazy. They don't have nothing to supply. They'll probably go like kill themselves because they don't have no inner resilience. They don't have no really real true creativity. Only creativity they have is what the government, what the system told them is creative, which the way the government tells you something is creative is by making that make money. So whatever you're doing that makes money is right. If it ain't make no money, it don't make no sense. See that stupid ass saying? Which that's retarded because there's a lot of things that make sense that don't make money. So this is why you want to build inner resilience, inner strength, so you don't really give a fuck about what niggas gotta say and do. I'm gonna end this live stream soon, guys. Because I don't want to be on here that long. How long have I been on? About an hour and 20 minutes. Yeah, I'm gonna end this live stream, guys, probably. I was gonna say something else, but I want to save that to another live stream because I'm already well over an hour and a half into this live stream, or about an hour and a half. So, but I'm gonna end this live stream, guys. I'm gonna be back with you guys a little.